Thinking about moving to like Yosemite.
Would you
Don't do that bullshit.
Would you move out of? You've always flirted with moving out of LA.
Oh yeah, I would absolutely.
Where would you live right now if I gave you one other alternative?
There's a few different possibilities.
Yeah.
I really like Colorado. I've always liked Colorado. Colorado is always going to be one of my best choices.
You've been there though.
I like the people. I like the environment. I like the vibe. I like the stand-up community. I like the Comedy Works, and I love Wendy, the owner of the Comedy Works. That's a spot. That's a spot where I could live. I could live in Seattle. I just couldn't deal with the winter. I just think it's stupid. I think it rains too much.
Need to do it.
Look, folks, it rains too much up there. Your summers are of the gods, and I get it that you have to like. It makes you appreciate one when you don't have the other, but it's hard to know that all I could do is get on a jet and I could be in LA and it's perfect.
Yeah.
The problem in LA right now is that it's really good. Like comedy-wise, it's never been better. Like there's more clubs, there's more comics, there's more inspiration, there's more fun. Me and Stanhope and Ron White were hanging out at the Comedy Store the other night, drinking and laughing and having fun. And I'm like, where else can this take place?
Yeah.
It's like it's so rare that you'll go there and like a guy like Ron White drops in to do 15 minutes. You know, I mean, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, and on the list to do 15 minutes. Burr comes by. All these we're all hanging.
Yeah.
You
Don't
know?
you think if you moved to Denver, your podcast would suffer because you're not going to have as many big guests?
Maybe. I don't know. Could always find out.
He doesn't care.
You know, I could always fly in like once a week and do that. That would get tired. I probably wouldn't
Every
do that.
week you're going to fly someone in.
Well, no. Well, I could definitely fly someone there if they were willing to go. I could look for like local people, but that would run dry.
Very
After a
fast
while.
in Denver.
Yeah, it probably
There's no better
suffer.
spot.
You would miss out.
There's no better spot than LA to do podcasts or any of that.
And stand up.
And stand up. You
Yeah.
can't find better.
But there's also the vast numbers of human beings that live in this place.
Yeah.
Shit, look at the numbers with Denver. It's not the same as here, but how many people are moving there in
I
a
wouldn't
month?
live in
It's
Denver.
insane. Oh, you'd live back
I'd live
the
in like
boondocks.
Evergreen. I like Evergreen. I like
Broomfield's nice.
Yeah, Broomfield's nice, but Evergreen's in the mountains.
Yeah.
That's what I like. There's some views in Evergreen or Boulder. I like Boulder a lot.
Ooh, couldn't live
This,
in Boulder.
the Boulder thing is it's a one-note thing. Everybody's so liberal. They're so left-wing. I like a little mixture. I like some
Too soft in Boulder for me.
soft in what way?
Just bitches.
Oh.
I remember I went to school and I lived there. Just bitches.
How so? How so?
There's no diversity. It's just all
Yeah,
white,
all white
rich
people.
white people.
Yeah.
Just everyone's rich or you're a
Super
college kid.
liberal, rich
Right.
white people.
If you see a black guy, he plays football. Other than that, their lives, they live in this Pleasantville, this little weird bubble community.
Weird bubble.
Yeah, weird.
But super nice people.
Yeah, they're nice.
Educated.
It's easy to be nice
Super
when you got
educated.
plenty of food and no
Yeah.
threats, right?
Golden snitch. Somebody made it already. Did you make it?
Amazing.
Jamie made it.
Oh,
Jamie
Jamie's on
made
it.
it while working on the show.
Jamie, you're a
Good Lord.
genius.
Incredible. The Golden
Boom.
Snitch.
That might be a young shop.
Jamie, please text me that immediately. That must go on the Instagram
Golden
page.
snitch.
That's Ultimate Fighter shop face.
That's perfect. I don't know, man. There's those two spots are big candidates.
Please don't
those
leave
two
LA.
spots. Well, I'm thinking about like spending time in more than one place.
Right.
You know, the only thing that holds me back, really, I mean, it's not really holding me back, but having a family, like you have to take them into consideration when you make any
School.
move. Yeah,
Can't be
kids don't want
bouncing them around.
Kids don't like that.
Stability, son.
Yeah, kids
That's
don't
how
like
I
that.
grew up. They might turn into me.
Yeah. But I'll tell you one thing. When they turn 18, if they decide to go to college somewhere and move somewhere else, I'm ghost. There's no way I'm going to be doing this in 10 years. There's no way I'm going to, because I don't think this city's sustainable. I think this city is like a game of musical chairs. And I think after a while, you're like, it's going to be Mexico City. I've been to Mexico City. I know what it's like. It's overwhelming. The amount of people, like the traffic jams are insane. Like you go through them and you're like, how is this real? Nobody gives a fuck about a red light or a green light. And when they want to merge, they just have to jut themselves out into traffic. Nobody lets you in. And I remember sitting there thinking, they're watching this going, here's this beautiful city, this crazy ancient city in the mountains in Mexico, like 7,000 feet above sea level, you know, just with 20 plus million people
It's crazy.
stuffed in it. And like LA's not that far off. And LA's growth from the time I moved here in 1994 to today in 2016 is unbelievable. 22 years later.
Property values are so
I
exciting.
know, but that's going to happen here.
You think it's just going to keep going?
What's going to happen? People are going to wise up and become awesome? No, they're going to keep moving here because this is where show business
See,
is.
hopefully I'm trying to convince my dad to move here, especially because his grandson's here, and so he doesn't see him. I'm like, Dad, come move, man.
Well, that's
It's
different,
just-
though.
yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. You know, to live here with, you know, you're here, your business is here, your
Yeah.
family's here. That makes sense.
I think people will move, though. The thing is, it's so expensive to live here.
Taxes ain't fun
like anything
either.
else, what happens is people go, you know what, LA's great, but you know, there's this place, Raleigh, North Carolina. They're really doing the building infrastructure,
yeah.
and people move to those places. Nashville, Raleigh. You know,
Austin.
look what happened to Portland. That secret got out. People moved there. So
Yeah, but the secret's out. The winter sucks. People
that's
moving
true.
back.
Yeah.
But as you get, like, one of the things I notice is, like, I'll be in places like that place we were in Oklahoma / Arkansas in the middle of nowhere, this tiny little beautiful town. We found the best coffee shop with the best single source, single origin, shade grown coffee, you know, designer fucking coffee worthy of Keith Jardine.
This is the kind of shit that he gets excited about.
But I'm
Designer
saying,
coffee.
Sure as fuck
you
not
wouldn't
moving
find,
there.
but we ate great food too. We had great,
we gotta
great
move.
restaurants.
I ate a croissant.
I know.
loved it. It made
I
me
know.
think of France.
I know.
France.
I know.
Oklahoma.
Of France. Of France.
I'm
I
not
know what you're
moving there,
saying,
though, B.
But here's the
Yeah,
thing:
There's great
What-
places
No,
everywhere.
but I'm saying
Small
that the
towns are
secret-
not small towns from 20 years ago.
Yeah,
the
that's
internet
right.
is here, and people are evolving and
Yes.
changing everywhere.
Yes.
It's a different world.
You can find a lot of what you like from big cities in small towns now more and more.
More and more, and I think that it's important to note that the only reason to be in LA, it's kind of retro to have
Mm-hmm.
all these people jammed in together. The idea is that, like, this is where the cool people are. This is where we have to live. This is where
Yeah.
show business is.
Yeah.
But what kind of show business are you really involved in anymore, other than the Goldbergs? I guess that's
Exactly.
like the last
No,
traditional
but you're
thing.
right about that too. And
Yeah.
a lot of stuff doesn't shoot in LA.
Right.
But also,
But you don't want to shoot anyway. Your
Right.
stuff that you're doing, most of it is you doing stand up on the road, or you doing your podcast on the
Yeah.
road, or you doing your podcast in town.
Unless you're doing
Crazy about
auditions.
acting anymore.
I told you the story about me turning that thing down before the show. I'm not doing it.
That's gangster.
I'm not interested. It's not as fun. There's only so much time. I want to bow hunt. I want to get my own food in the mountains.
I don't want to do any of that.
I want to shoot
Hey,
elk.
I want to act.
I want to hear elk go.
Look, look, look. Let's fuck
I'll be
hunting.
waiting behind a tree.
He wants to act.
Fuck hunting.
Yeah, you say that until you do it. Let me
Oh,
tell
I've
you
done
something
some
right
of it,
now.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
I take you bow and arrow hunting, son. You get addicted to archery. I'll take you hunting. You realize the rush of taking out an elk and then eating it, and then realizing like all the guilt and weird shit that you have about food, about buying it from a grocery store. You can cut out like most of that. Everything except restaurants. I've
Yeah.
cut it out.
Yeah.
When I'm eating meat, it's all this. It's exciting.
Will you
it's
tell
a
me when?
challenge. Now you're in. I like it.
I'm in. I wish it was a dangerous animal.
Hey, look at me.
I wish it was a
Look at
dangerous
me.
animal.
We're not
You
getting
do?
in.
Yeah.
You wish it would. First of all,
I want a bear,
elk
son.
will fuck you up.
Nah, slap
go
the
out.
fuck out of
Are
him.
you out of your mind? You go outside and look at that forest horse that
He
I
would
got
run.
sitting out there.
They would run from
Sweetie,
this, brother.
They might.
Sweetie.
Sweetie.
Me with an arrow? He's not gonna be like, "What's
First of
up,
all,
bro?"
First of all, your
first of all, he
technique-
has to know that it's narrow. An elk might run. A moose might run at you, motherfucker.
Well,
and that's
see,
a big
see?
problem with
I
shooting
said
a
an
moose
elk,
with a bow
son.
and arrow.
A moose.
It's all the deer
I'm scared of
family.
a moose.
All
they're
the
they're
deer
pretty
family.
close. Pretty close in size.
Yeah.
Mooses fuck people up.
Elk fuck people up too.
I'm gonna have to watch some videos if we're gonna go. I need to get more scared. I need some videos of elk
Most
fucking humans
likely,
up.
they won't. Moose are more aggressive because moose are traditionally in climates that deal with a lot more grizzly bear too.
Yeah, but dude, now if you're
Yeah,
talking about
son.
the,
And wolves.
the one animal that scares the
Yeah.
shit out
There's
of me.
an elk. Oh my god, there's an elk fucking up some snowmen.
That's a snow. You know what I do
But look
with
at
that fucking
but
thing?
dude, look at the size of that thing. Do you understand how
That
big
thing's
that
fucking
is?
big.
That's a 1,000-pound animal
Yeah.
with
I'm gonna need a
giant
machine gun.
swords growing out of its head.
I need a
Dude,
machine gun,
dude,
bro.
here-